Hello, fellow explorers. I'm Adam, and this is Destination Deca. Today we're embarking on a deep dive into Richmond's rich tapestry of art, history, nature, and culture. From grand museum halls to scenic river overlooks, I've curated the ultimate list of the top 10 attractions in this vibrant capital city, plus 2 bonus stops you won't want to miss. Ready for an adventure that blends colonial heritage, Gilded Age splendor, spooky cemeteries, and modern-day shopping sprees? Let's go! Number 10. Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. Spanning 200,000 square feet, the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts is a treasure trove of more than 35,000 works, and entry is free to the public. Begin in the ancient art galleries, where Egyptian sarcophagi stand beside Greek vases, and peer at Mesopotamian cylinder seals carved over 4,000 years ago. Venture upstairs to the Asian collection, featuring Japanese screens painted in delicate gold leaf and dynamic Chinese Buddhist sculptures. Don't miss the André and Nancy Christie European Gallery, where Impressionist landscapes by Monet and Renoir glow under soft spotlights. Here's a fun fact. VMFA boasts one of the largest Fabergé egg collections outside Russia, including a 1902 mosaic-accented treasure that once belonged to the Romanov dynasty. When you need a break, head to the Walker Terrace Cafe for a locally roasted coffee and a house-made pastry while gazing at the James River skyline through floor-to-ceiling windows. Tip: download the VMFA mobile app for an interactive map, audio guides, and hidden art hunts that reveal secret objects throughout the galleries. Plan at least 2 hours to cover the permanent collection, and leave room for special exhibitions. Past shows have ranged from Tyler Perry photography to Japanese tea ceremonies. Number 9. Maymont. Just 2 miles west of downtown, Maymont is a 100-acre oasis crafted by tobacco heir James Dooley and his wife Sally at the turn of the 20th century. Stroll through the Italian garden's symmetrical hedges and fountains inspired by Villa Lanta in Italy, then cross a Gothic-style bridge into the Japanese garden, where koi fish glide beneath wooden arbors and maple trees turn blazing crimson each fall. Inside the Dooley mansion, preserved rooms brim with period furnishings, Persian carpets, and original family photographs. Be sure to check out Sally's bedroom, where her custom bird-patterned wallpaper still dazzles. History buffs will love the carriage barn, now a nature center showcasing rescued owls, hawks, and turtles. Fun fact: Maymont's hedges were planted using a Victorian-era technique requiring gardeners to clip them with tailor scissors, one small snip at a time. For the best experience, time your visit during spring's azalea bloom or October's pumpkin festival, when the estate lights up with lanterns and hayrides. Trip tip: grab a picnic lunch from a nearby cafe. Try Carytown's Revolution Coffee and Bar, and spread out on the west lawn with sweeping views of the mansion. Parking is free but fills early on weekends. Arrive by 10 a.m. to secure your spot. Number 8. Virginia State Capitol. Designed in 1785 by Thomas Jefferson in collaboration with French architect Charles-Louis Clarisseau, the Virginia State Capitol was modeled after the Maison Carrée in Nimes, France, one of the best-preserved Roman temples in the world. When it opened in 1788, it became the first public building in the United States to employ classical revival architecture. Step inside the majestic rotunda, then move into the original House of Delegates chamber, where Patrick Henry famously declared, "Give me liberty, or give me death." Peer up at the intricate plasterwork ceiling and imagine the debates that shaped the early republic. Just outside, the grounds of Capitol Square are dotted with statues of presidents, governors, and Civil War figures, interspersed with magnolia trees and wrought iron benches. Guided tours run every hour and are entirely free. They include stories of hidden architectural quirks, like the concealed safe doors in the governor's office that once hid important documents during the Civil War. Pro tip: finish your tour with a climb to the public rooftop terrace. On a clear day, you'll see Monument Avenue's tree-lined boulevard stretching west toward Carytown. If you're here in winter, don't miss the holiday tree lighting, a festive tradition since the 1920s. Number 7. Louis Ginter Botanical Garden. On Richmond's north side, the Louis Ginter Botanical Garden invites you into a living kaleidoscope spread across 50 acres. The jewel of the garden is the domed conservatory, whose Victorian-era glass architecture pays homage to London's 1851 Crystal Palace. Inside, tropical palms soar above vibrant heliconia blooms, orchids hang like chandeliers, and a miniature jungle hides behind winding paths. After soaking in the humidity, wander the rose garden, where over 2,500 roses burst into color each June, releasing their heady fragrance on warm afternoons. Children will love the children's garden, a wonderland of water features, treehouses, and whimsical sculptures designed to ignite young imaginations. Don't overlook the historic Ginter Mansion, erected in 1888 by wealthy businessman Louis Ginter. It now houses a library and hosts art exhibitions. Trip tip: purchase tickets online to skip the box office line, and plan your visit around a garden class or seasonal festival. Number 6. Libby Hill Park. 400 feet above the James River, atop one of Richmond's original 7 hills, Libby Hill Park offers panoramic vistas that have inspired visitors for over 300 years. In 1709, William Byrd II stood here and declared it worthy of being named Richmond, after his beloved hometown on the Thames. Today, couples and photographers flock for sunrise sessions, capturing the mist rolling off the river as kayaks slip silently below. Wander along wrought iron railings draped in ivy and pause at the memorial benches carved into the stone terraces. Local legend holds that if you circle 3 times around the central fountain while making a wish, your dreams will come true. For history seekers, a nearby plaque commemorates Libby Prison, the notorious Confederate facility that once housed Union soldiers. Though the original structure now stands reconstructed in Virginia Beach, the park's name preserves its memory. Best time to go? Early morning on a fall day, when golden light illuminates downtown's skyline and the air carries a crisp whisper of autumn. Number 5. Hollywood Cemetery. Hollywood Cemetery is more than a burial ground. It's an open-air museum nestled on the banks of the James River. Established in 1847, its winding lanes hug rolling hills where iconic figures rest beneath ancient oaks. Pay your respects at the towering granite obelisk marking President James Monroe's grave and the elaborate Confederate memorial shrine honoring more than 18,000 soldiers. Along the river's edge, poet Sidney Lanier's white marble crypt overlooks the water he once immortalized in verse. History and hauntings intertwine here. In 1877, famous robber, Patsy Boyle was buried with 2 6-shooters crossed over his coffin. Legend says they were meant to ward off grave robbers. For a spine-tingling perspective, join the Twilight Ghost Tour led by costumed actors who bring the cemetery's stories to life. You'll hear tales of a phantom train, a lady in white who wanders the tombstones, and the Civil War tunnels that run beneath. Trip tip: wear sturdy shoes to navigate uneven terrain, and bring a flashlight if you join the evening tour. On spring mornings, look for blooming dogwood trees that line the motorcade drive, offering bursts of white and pink among the mossy headstones. Number 4. Science Museum of Virginia. For interactive thrills and mind-bending discoveries, the Science Museum of Virginia packs 4 floors of exhibits into a sleek glass and steel structure. Begin your journey with Speed, where wind tunnels hurl you towards speeds of up to 60 miles per hour, simulating the force of a hurricane. Next, enter the Dinosaur Gallery to examine real fossils unearthed in Virginia, including a 65-million-year-old hadrosaur skull. Blast off in the Space Gallery, which features a Mercury capsule and a hands-on rocket launch simulator that lets you adjust thrust and angle to reach Earth orbit. Science meets art in the glow-in-the-dark Neon Garden, a kaleidoscope of fiber-optic sculptures that pulse to ambient music. In the state-of-the-art Dome Theater, 3D films transport you to the surface of Mars or inside the human bloodstream, offering an immersive experience on a 65-foot screen. Fun fact: the museum's tornado simulator generates winds up to 30 miles per hour, enough to lift a small child about an inch off the ground. Number 3. The Poe Museum. Tucked into a rice granary-style brick building once owned by Edgar Allan Poe's grandfather, the Poe Museum is America's first museum dedicated to the master of macabre. Inside, dim lights illuminate original manuscripts, first editions of The Raven, and personal artifacts like Poe's walking cane and a lock of his hair. Each exhibit space is arranged to reflect phases of Poe's life, from his foster family home to his tragic final days, allowing visitors to trace the influences behind his Gothic tales. Interactive stations invite you to compose your own cryptic couplet or solve riddles inspired by the gold bug. Shadows dance on the walls courtesy of lantern-style fixtures, casting an eerie glow that feels straight out of a Poe story. Fun fact: there's a secret passage hidden behind one exhibit. Find the lever disguised as a book spine, and you'll unlock an exclusive archival collection. Every month, the museum hosts Poe in the Dark, a candlelit performance series where local actors recite Poe's poetry and short stories. Number 2. The Jefferson Hotel. Since opening its doors in 1895, the Jefferson Hotel has epitomized Southern elegance and Gilded Age luxury. Marble columns, Austrian crystal chandeliers, and gold leaf embellishments greet guests in the grand lobby, setting a stage of opulence that only deepens in the palm-lined palm court. Here, live piano music and silver service afternoon tea have been traditions for over a century. Order the classic Earl Grey blend accompanied by finger sandwiches, scones, and pastries. Behind the scenes, the hotel staff maintain over 10,000 square feet of marble flooring and hand-polished mahogany using techniques passed down through generations. Rumor has it that a chimney sweep died during construction in 1896 and still wanders the 9th floor, where you might spot flickering lights or feel a sudden chill. Ghost hunters and curious guests often report hearing faint tapping or catching glimpses of a man in period attire. Trip tip: even if you're not an overnight guest, book a table at Le Maire, the fine dining restaurant named for the hotel's original architect. Their menu highlights seasonal Virginia ingredients. Think blackened catfish with corn succotash and heirloom tomato salad. End your evening on the rooftop bar with a moonlight Manhattan as you gaze out at Monument Avenue's gaslit trees. Reserve everything well in advance, as the Jefferson fills up during wedding season and holiday weekends. Number 1. Short Pump Town Center. At the top spot, we head to Short Pump Town Center, an open-air lifestyle shopping complex that blends retail therapy, entertainment, and al fresco dining. More than 140 stores, from upscale fashion houses like Nordstrom and Michael Kors to local boutiques such as Native Dish and Heritage Handcrafted, line a pedestrian-friendly promenade. When hunger strikes, sample global flavors at spots like the Yard House for elevated pub fare or True Food Kitchen for health-conscious bowls and smoothies. Catch the latest blockbusters at the state-of-the-art AMC Dine-In Theater, where reclining seats and waiter service let you enjoy gourmet popcorn and craft sodas mid-movie. Short Pump isn't just about shops, it hosts live music on summer weekends, outdoor fitness classes in the Fountain Courtyard, and seasonal festivals featuring local artisans. Fun fact: the center's design won a national award for sustainable landscaping, incorporating native plants and permeable pavers to manage stormwater. Trip tip: arrive early on the first Sunday of the month for the artisan market, where you'll find handcrafted jewelry, organic skincare, and locally roasted coffee beans. Pair your mall day with a nearby hike on the Saunders Monticello Trail, a 6-mile path winding through hardwood forest and offering glimpses of 18th-century plantation ruins. Short Pump proves that modern Richmond knows how to mix shopping with genuine Southern hospitality. That's your ultimate guide to Richmond, Virginia's top 10 must-see attractions, plus 2 bonus experiences that capture the city's soul. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Destination Deca, and ring the bell so you never miss our next global expedition. Got a favorite Richmond spot I didn't cover? Drop it in the comments, your tip might be our next feature. Until next time, I'm Adam, and I'll see you on the road.